Hey there, everybody. It's Rental Robert with No Pay, No Stay Network. That right there is the multifamily unit. That's correct. We just did the walkthrough, talking with the residents, find out what they're paying for rent, got keys, leases are assigned to us, and now we are heading to closing. So this is going to be my first multifamily. Kind of give you a walk around, let you see what it looks like. Get her painted up, get it looking good. She's going to be a nice house. She'll look really great. Got some big, beautiful trees here. A bit of paint. She's going to be absolutely phenomenal. I love the way this porch is configured. We can sit here and take a look at it over here. And we got that cottage out back. It's a nice place. Needs some TLC. So what do you think? I want to hear your comments. Let me know what you think. Any piece of advice, I welcome it all. Criticism, I'll take that too. Just be nice, just be nice. You know, Jesus is watching. We're headed to the closing agency. I have a real estate attorney that I use, have a personal relationship. We're going to interview him, ask him a few questions, and I think you'll get a lot out of it. We certainly got the truck locked, want to make everything happen. We're headed in. This is our title company right here. We're going to go in here. We're going to make this thing happen. That's the man. Hey there, everybody. So we just got through closing. We're here at the table and everything. And one of the things that I want to talk to you about is if you're going to stay or do this type of business, or matter of fact, do anything where you're like an entrepreneur and get you a side hustle going and everything, once you get to a certain point as far as the revenue coming in and everything, one of the best tools to have on your side is going to be an attorney. And I'm not talking about any attorney. I'm talking about one that you develop a personal relationship with. Stay loyal. You like it when your customers come to you, so make sure that when you pick up that phone and call that guy on Sunday evening and you got a question, they answer that phone, you make sure you give them as much of your business as possible. I understand things happen, and like this deal on Monday, I didn't dictate who did the where we did the closing at or anything like that. But whenever it's something that I have the choice, I always come here. And so I'm here with my attorney, and we're gonna get a couple questions from him because we're not always having this opportunity. So we're going to turn it over and ask a few things, and we'll go from there. So stay tuned. Hey everybody, this is Bo Harper. I've closed about 3 or 4 deals with him. Had him do an owner finance for me that I wrote up for somebody that came to me. Closed a couple properties, did the owner finance that the seller did for me today. We closed on that multifamily. So I guess the big thing is what is it that you would suggest to people that are just getting into real estate that you find that most people stub their toe with?
Failing to pull the trigger.
Gotcha.
I would say. I'll go back, and Robert made a very good point. When you're looking to develop a relationship with an attorney, the one thing that I bring to the table, and not to toot my own horn that much, is I'm a landlord myself. I'm a real estate investor. So I can put my feet in my client's shoes and already have known firsthand the issues that they're dealing with on the front end of a transaction. I think that's invaluable.
I totally agree.
Also, attorneys who own and operate their own law firm, because if you do that, you're a small business owner. You're dealing with payroll taxes. You know the issues that small businesses are dealing with on the financial side of things. I think that's invaluable. I go back to when I started my law firm. My ability as an attorney grew leaps and bounds simply because when I'm talking to a client about, just payroll issues or how they're wanting to structure this transaction or what they're doing with their cash, I deal with those issues personally. And we all know, learning how to do something when you do it personally, you're way ahead of the game because you lived it. So stubbing your toe, I'll go back to the first rental property that I bought. It's a condo, and it turned out fabulous. The reason I bought it is we were doing a closing on a condominium right next door, and I saw the purchase price, and I was like, good God, that's in a great location. It's on a scenic highway, overlooks Escambia Bay there, gorgeous view, and I saw the purchase price, and I knew that it would satisfy the 1% rule right off the bat. Anyways, I found one next door. The guy was rehabbing after a flood, got a great deal on it, instant equity, et cetera, et cetera. Now, I had that impetus to look for it, but just like everybody else, I had cold feet going into that first transaction. I called my dad, who's a real estate investor, probably owns 120 single family homes. And he was like, hey, listen, look at the downside of it. And I was paying all cash. I mean, it was a $92,000 transaction. And so in that instance, it was money that I wasn't, needing to live on next month. So I looked at from a downside perspective of, hey, you know what, $92,000, while that's a very good money, it's not going to make or break me.
Right.
So I said, hey, on the downside of it, what do I have to lose?
Right.
And it's a condo too. So you think about a condo. Really, when you own a condo, you don't own the exterior. You own the inside of the walls in. Really, attorneys talking about owning the air inside of, the sheetrock.
Right.
And the one thing I did learn very early on is, you don't have those maintenance obligations. Now, you're paying an association due every month that helps take care of all that stuff. But that was a very safe transaction, all cash, to get into day one, and I knew it would rent like that, and it did. So I would say that brief moment where you found that deal and then you hesitate because that little voice in the back of your head starts thinking, do I really need to get into this? I would say that. Now, how to overcome that, I know, I'll tell you what you got to do is you got to reach down, grab yourself, and go for it.
Absolutely.
That's the only way to do it.
And y'all know, I always say, God favors rednecks and idiots, so I get double coverage, okay? And, I keep things simple, all right? Don't use a criminal attorney or a divorce attorney for real estate proceedings, okay? Go and talk with a specialist. You're not going to go to a heart surgeon and ask him to look at your teeth, okay? Just use common sense. I don't care if Billy Bob, your cousin, has practiced law at some point in their life or something like that. If they're not actively doing real estate in your state, okay, and better yet, in your town, then find somebody that is, okay? And you're going to fear, the first time that they're sit there and talk about the fees and everything like that, you might just drop a brick and everything. But I'm here to tell you that that is money well spent. It's what we call investing, okay? Every time that I pay this man for an hour of his time, I'm making a payment on an insurance policy that I don't do something that costs me thousands later, okay?
Right.
It's absolutely critical to do that. Don't be stupid, okay? And you've got to have, a good realtor in your pocket and also have an attorney that's invested and also has knowledge of this field as well. If you're going to be successful, trust me on that. It's Robert with the No Pay, No Stay Network. This is Bo Harper with Harper Title and Law here in Pensacola, Florida. Have yourself a very wonderful weekend and more coming on the new multifamily unit. All right, we're leaving the title agency. We got to go pick up the dump trailer because we got to keep the hustle going so we can buy more properties and get to the title agency more often. So, hope you have a great weekend. Send me out. You can email me at rentalrobertpicola@gmail.com or send a message and say, hey, hit me up and I'll do it.